Today's mathematics with your girl Sunshine Monet L. It's so nice to be around you guys. Hold on, let me move some of this stuff around. Because I don't like you over here. I want you over here. There we go. And I like you right here. And that's where you're going to be at. Well, welcome everybody. I'm so glad we're here. I haven't seen you guys in a couple days. I'm getting my schedule back in order. I promise. I promise. Hey, peace to the God. Welcome, welcome. So, because I haven't seen you guys in a couple of days, we gonna rewind a little bit. I think the last time I seen y'all was the 28th, or referring to the 28th. So we're gonna start off on the 29th. So, peace, soul fam. Um, so those of you guys that are new in here, that just came in or about to come in, make sure y'all follow L Moore, the Universal Humanitarian. He got some streams coming up, y'all. Hey, Denny, peace to the goddess. Hey, I see you. She said she's at work and she can't hear. It's okay. It's okay. I love you so much. So 429, 2 and 9. 2 is the number of wisdom, harmony, justice, law, justice, and truth. When we're dealing with 2, we're dealing with the energy of Mayat and the Libra scales. When we deal with 2, we're also dealing with Taurus that rules over, the second house. This is dealing with your priorities, what you value, your balance between the material and non-material world. When we deal with 2 in the mathematics, we're dealing with wisdom, of course. That's when we get into Chokmah on the tree of life. This is Jupiter. This is the expansion, the abundance, generosity, philanthropy, all that fun stuff. And so with the 2, yeah, it's that blend between the heart chakra and the sacral chakra happening there with the 2, right? And we know that we have just closed up the third decan, and now we're about to close up the fourth decan of the month and move into the month of 5. But hold on a second. So what we find in wisdom, balance, harmony, law, justice, truth on, we were finding it on the 9s, right? We found that on the 9s. 9 dealing with what we give birth to. This is our energy of Yesod. This is associated with Cancer energy, which is our sense of belonging, home and family, our emotional self, nurturing ourselves, all that fun stuff. 9 deals with born in supreme mathematics. 9 deals with, we said Yesod, Cancer in the tree of life. This is your Moja energy in the Netarus. 9 deals with Sagittarius energy, which still deals with the sacral chakra, still deals with the sensual, sexual, reproductive self. So we're finding that law, just in truth and wisdom, and that sacral chakra and the reproductive, self, and your womb. Whether you're feminine and your reproductive self is more so internal, or you're masculine and your reproductive self is more so external. Either way, finding some sense of balance there, finding some sense of harmony there, finding some sense of truth and how you want to handle that, and that's bringing you to a space of 11, which is mastery, and we love master yourself. So 2-9 might have been a day where y'all have been coming into some spaces of, what is it that you really want to manifest? Like really getting down to the nitty gritty of it. And I think I talked to y'all about that in the last live when we were talking about, the energy of 2 being in the third decan of the month and all that fun stuff. And it was just like, what is it that you're really trying to create in your space? You know what I'm saying? Have a real authentic conversation with yourself, because a lot of the time, especially starting in January and New Year's, everything's all pretty and we're creating these New Year's resolutions, but a lot of it is superficial stuff, right? A lot of it is stuff that we think we're supposed to be saying, that we say every year, but we really don't mean, because it's not really what we want. Some of us are very much okay with how we are and who we are, but when we're in this space with other people, it's like, oh, I have to say what y'all doing. I gotta say I want to save money and I want to go on a trip here and I want to lose weight and da da da. Well, maybe I don't want to lose weight. Maybe I want to eat. Maybe I want to take myself out to more diners and restaurants. Maybe, maybe I want to be celibate, maybe I don't want to find a husband, or maybe vice versa. Maybe, I want to stop the celibacy and actually find somebody, maybe, different things. But on 2 and 9, we're definitely being real with ourselves, being in our truth, having that sense of wisdom, because we was working so hard manifesting these other things in our space, and we see how they weren't working in our vortex, they weren't working in our schedule, they, it just wasn't blending, and what we weren't coming into that too, into that space of harmony, and we now have that wisdom of that. So now let's be real with ourselves and say why let's nurture that. And like I said, mastery. 11 is a number of mastery. It's when you do yourself so well that you become an inspiration to other people around you. Now they want to do what you're doing. Now it's the whole collective of y'all, and y'all just doing great things. So now we're in this 11 of mastery, and if you guys want, you guys can bring the 11 to a 2. You guys know when I'm dealing with master numbers, I usually don't. Hey Paige, how you doing, love? Um, Peace to y'all over there on TikTok too. I see you guys. But for those of you guys do, you can bring the 11 to the 2 and bring it into wisdom and put it into the 4. The month of 4 is the month of Chesed. This has been the month of Mayat and in the Netarus. 4 is Chesed in the Tree of Life. This is when we deal with grace, um, mercy. This is where we deal with our celestial blueprint, our law and order. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's what this month has been all about, creating that divine blueprint, that law and order that we got from the knowledge of the month of 1 January, the wisdom that we got in the month of 2, where we're exercising the knowledge we got in the month of 1, and then the sense of understanding that we got during the month of 3. And so all this month we have been dealing with creating a celestial blueprint based upon that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You know what I'm saying? And today was the day of just mastering what you want to manifest from it. So we're going to take that 11, we're going to add that to 4, and that's going to bring us to 1 and 5. So now we have this intellect of our celestial enforcer, and what good time to come to 1 and 5. But we're making our way to the 5th month of the year. You know what I'm saying? We're moving into that month of enforcement. Hey Montre, how you doing, love? So we have the 1 and 5. 1 being knowledge, intellect. 1 also being that cardinal energy, getting things started, leadership. You know what I'm saying? So taking that first foot forward. 1 also deals with Aries Ogun energy, which is dealing with the solar plexus chakra just as much as 5, which is the number of power and supreme mathematics. 5 deals with Hera Kahuti and the Netarus, which is the celestial enforcer. Now we're enforcing that law of Mayat that we did with the 4, right? 5 also deals with Deborah, which is the 5th Sephiroth in the Tree of Life, still dealing with the celestial enforcement energy. And this is when we're starting to deal with restrictions and limitations of the solar plexus chakra, this heavy solar plexus chakra here with that 1 and 5. You're going to implement that 1 and 5 into your 6, your health, wellness, daily routine, your moral and integral code. 6 is your Tippereth. This is the heart that's on fire. To get to the God, you got to go through the sun, right? Because we know Tippereth is Leo energy. Leo energy is ruled by the what? The sun. And that's in your heart. That's why Jesus be knocking over here. You know what I'm saying? So you have the 6. So how you enforce that internal law, that Maya energy, is going to be a daily routine. It's going to be a daily thing. It's not going to be this one big grandiose gesture you make and now it's here and no, this is something, we're pre-gaming you, we're forewarning you. When you enter that month of 5, it's not just, oh, I'm just going to do this one thing and it's done and it's here and do. No, it's time to get your daily routine in order, right? So now we have the 6. Of course, we want to give birth to the 6. We're in the year of 9. Everything we do, we want to put into the 9. The supreme mathematics, 9 is the number of birth. I was trying to say born and birth at the same time. 9 is the year of being born. What are you going to give birth to? 9 is the year of Yesod. This is your Moja energy. This is the night Sephiroth in the Tree of Life, which deals with your reproductive self, your divine celestial womb. You know what I'm saying? 9 deals with born and supreme mathematics, which is pretty cool. We love there. And 9 is Sagittarius energy, which rules over the sacral chakra, which is your reproductive self, your sensual, sexual self, your joy, your generosity, your creativity, all that fun stuff. So, we're giving, this year is the year of Jubilee. This is the year of joy. This is the year of generosity. This is the year of Jupiter. Jupiter makes a shift this year as well. This is the year to focus on your sacral chakra. You know what I'm saying? This is the year to focus on your reproductive health. Everybody, whether you're a male, female, animal, plant, whatever, we're focusing on our reproductive health, our ability to manifest, our ability to give birth to things, whether it's an actual human being or an idea or a gift or whatever. What are we giving? What are we creating in our space? So we're going to take this energy of 6, we're going to put it into the year of 9, and we're going to give birth to it. So when we put the 6 into the 9, what I like about the pattern here is what we get back. Usually, whatever we put into the 9, we're going to get right back, right? But the universe gives it back to us a little different than we gave it, right? So we gave the 9 the 6, and what does the 9 give us back? The 1 and 5, right? It brings us right back to the solar plexus chakra. Having knowledge, taking taking initiative, being that cardinal fire energy with your Ogun. This month that we're walking into is the month of the solar plexus chakra. On the 29th, you guys had ample opportunity to program yourself. That was literally the day to do it. Meditate on it, get your mind on it. And then it's cool because the 29th was also on a Tuesday, which is a solar plexus chakra day. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Adonis, peace. Hey, Michael, how you doing, love? So that was actually on a solar plexus chakra day that we got to get these 1 and 5s. We got 1 and 5 twice that day. You know what I'm saying? So we get the solar plexus chakra on the astrology side with the 1, and then we get the solar plexus chakra on the Netarus and the tree of life side with the 5, as well as supreme mathematics. Okay. But 5, when we're dealing with astrology, is Leo energy. Still dealing with our confidence and courageousness, right? Still dealing with, our bravery, that heart that's on fire, the sun rises and falls upon me. You know what I'm saying? So, overall, Tuesday was a day of 6. That day, the 29th, was a day of 6. Was a day of Tippereth. It was a day of focusing on your confidence and your courageousness. 6 in astrology deals with Virgo energy. That's the Virgo house. Health, wellness, daily routine. We're on integral code. Okay. What you're listening to, what you're speaking on, what you're teaching, what you're learning. And usually when we deal with that kind of energy, that helps us focus on what it is that we're enforcing, right? You're enforcing what you do on a daily basis. You're enforcing those daily habits. You enforce your moral and integral code. Of course it goes that way, right? So then we get to the astronomical setup on the 29th. That was a Taurus moon that eventually made its way to Gemini. By the end of the day, it was in the 5th house, which is the Leo house. So we had our home and family, our feminine emotional energy sitting in that mindset of the balance between the physical and the non-physical world, what we prioritize and what we value. So most emotional connection to that. And eventually it went to Gemini, our intellect, being quick, being witty, problem solving. So you might have started out with a problem with the moon in Taurus. Like, how do I balance this? This is what I prioritize. This is what I value. This is what I want more of. This is what I want less of. This is where I need balance. Let that Gemini moon be your solution. And that's going to the 5th house, your confidence. You know what I'm saying? How confident are you in your ability to solve your problems? How confident are you in your ability to be focused, yet versatile and adaptable at the same time? That's a big one, right? Of course, we got the sun in Taurus, Aries energy. We're 9 degrees Taurus on the tropical chart. On the Vedic chart, we are still in Aries, right? Still in the new beginnings in our events. Things happening very rapidly, very swift. Still in the 4th house, so it's happening to new home and family. A lot of people's sense of belonging, the people you hang out with, the people you rely on, the people you are interdependent with, or if you guys love codependency, hey, it's your world. I don't care. Either way, those individuals that you do that with is changing, right? A lot of people's homes are shifting in their experience, and that's a lot to do with the sun being in the 4th house. A lot that's on the forefront of everybody's space right now, is their home, their family, sense of belonging, and their feminine energy. 4th house brings you right back to the Cancer energy. This is the year of 9, which is ruled by what? Your Yesod, your Moja, Cancer, right? And then it also brings you from your sun into your moon, right? And mind you, the sun has been in the 4th house all year. So having your actual external experiences being a reflection of how you feel. However you feel is what's controlling your experiences. So if you feel this, that is going to happen. And so that's where a lot of this accountability is coming into play for you're really in control of your reality right now. It's really time for you to step in your power. Let that sun in the 4th house. The sun is going through all 12 zodiacs, and in the 4th house, then eventually it'll be moving into the 5th, of confidence and courageousness. But right now, we've been sitting in the 4th house for the past few months for y'all to really be nurturing these spaces and really paying attention to your feelings. I know we spent so many decades and ages and generations being taught to stay out of our feelings, stay away from our feelings. We don't have room for our feelings, no new feelings, get out your feelings, whatever. But that is far from the way. That is far from the way, basically. So let the sun and all the planets and all the zodiacs and constellations is giving you in that fourth house allow you to really experience how you feel about these different houses in your experience, how you feel about these different zodiacs and constellations in your experience, right? Right. You're right, sunshine. We love you. I love y'all too. It's so great here. um Venus and Saturn were also in minimal angle in conjunction. That happened around 7:25 p.m. Between 7:25 and 10:45 p.m. We were able to observe that at like 5 o'clock in the morning. But you know, Venus rules over the heart chakra. This is what we value, what we prioritize, the celestial designer, what we find beauty in, what's beautiful around us. And Saturn brings the challenges, the limitations, and the restrictions, reminding us, like, yeah, you know, was that the law? Only one thing can stay in a place at one time. You know what I'm saying? No energy is created or destroyed. It's just transmuted. So you know, different things like that. So allow, while some of you guys may have, you know, felt underneath that energy and allowed a lot of those restrictions and things to be a thief of your Venus. Um, it's really cool to embrace the limitations and restrictions we have here in this physical world. There's limitations and restrictions in the spiritual world. There's rules everywhere. I know we don't like rules and we like to go to the disciplines and say, hey, we don't like discipline. We don't like rules. We don't like you guys telling us we have to behave like this. And you guys are gatekeeper or whatever y'all be saying. I don't know. But hey nobody, what's up with you, love? Thank you. I, but there's law and order for everything. It's like, could you imagine not having law and order when you're driving on the road? You know, or like you've seen a couple of instances where you were like, where was the law and order when these people were flying these airplanes? You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, where we like law and order when it benefits us. Well, you should look at all, you know, and you know what? That's valid. You know what I'm saying? That's valid. We do like law and order when it benefits us. However, there are certain laws and orders that we don't like, but it's necessary. And we know it's necessary because we know the company we keep in some of these neighborhoods. So, you know, it's just about learning how to embrace some of the limitations and the laws. It's kind of like having a train riding on the train tracks. You know what I'm saying? If the train go off the train tracks, you know, it's chaos. It's chaos. It's not safe here. We like safety. And so that's a great way to use Saturn. Use Saturn to be the train tracks to your Venus. Like Venus wants this in the vortex. Venus wants that in the vortex. Saturn doesn't want to give you a hard time. Saturn just wants to show you step by step the discipline and the order and how to obtain your resources. You know what I'm saying? For Venus to have what Venus wants to have. You know what I'm saying? Hey algorithm, peace to the God. Thank you for liking the screen. I like to be alone. I like to be alone too. I like to be alone. Um, but like sometimes I'll be like, you know, maybe it's not so good for me to be alone all the time because then when I finally get around people, I talk too much. I feel like I be talking too much because it's like a part of me that just be excited, like, ooh, another human. But yeah, I do. I like to be alone. I like to be quiet. I like to be in my. I spend 95% of my day in my head. You know, it's fun here. Thank you for the follow. Was that Pool Doctor? Peace. Thank you. Hola. Hey, Angel. How you doing, love? So that's the 29th. Where we were allowing Saturn to give us the discipline and order that we needed in our heart chakra to, you know, to level to level things. And now that's a great way to utilize that 2 and 9 into 11 and bring that 11 into the 4. That's a great way to use that with the Venus or Saturn. We love it here. It was great. On the 30th, which was today, Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, y'all. Y'all know I love my Wednesdays. Um, we're on the first day of the fourth decan of the month, right? So the four is about what? It's about Chesed. It's about the divine blueprint. Now we have created a law and order. Hey Alfredo, how you doing, love? Now we have created a law and order. Now we're in the space of grace. You know what I'm saying? 4 deals with stability and boundaries and the not boundaries so much as like the stability, and we build things with bricks. We build things on the 4. Hey Patrick, how you doing? And so that's what we do, right? So we're on the fourth decade of the month. We're on the 30 day, right? 3 and 0. So it's understanding, creation, emotions, expression is 3. 3 deals with Saturn, that's Bina. Like I said, that's the challenges. Thank you, JJ. I appreciate you. That's the challenges that come into our space to give us the discipline and order that we need. Um, 3 is, like I said, is understanding and supreme mathematics. 3 is the Gemini. 3 is learning how to be focused and stable, as well as quick witted, on your feet, problem solver, flexible. You know what I'm saying? You want to be like a bamboo. Bamboo is very flexible, but strong as fuck. Nobody wants their ass beat by. Aren't you so glad that switches weren't made out of bamboo sticks? Not saying I ever got hit with one. I'm just saying. That would be kind of crazy. Anyway. um, yeah. Be like bamboo. Strong, but blow with the wind so you don't break. You know what I'm saying? Hey Corey, I like that you come on YouTube and talk. I like to listen to you. After all, I guess I'm not truly alone. Oh, I appreciate you, nobody. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I like that you come and listen to me talk. Make me feel like I'm not talking to myself. So we have the 3. We're in our. How did you guys feel today? Did you guys feel the 3? Did you feel the 3? Did you feel emotional? Anybody born on a day of 3? Whether it's 3, 12, 21, no, 30, no, me neither. I was born on a day of 1, 19, gang, gang. Um, but yeah, you might have felt your emotions. You might have felt the need to express, communicate today. You may have felt the need to solve some problems today. Be a little uh, witty. Def had to take a nap. See, my sleepy day was yesterday on the 29th. I was ready to take it down. I don't know what was going on over there. I was fighting it. And I can't sleep through the night for the life of me, which is pissing me off because I have to get up early in the morning to go to work. I don't got time to be waking up every hour, rolling over. Y'all can talk to me in the daytime. So I be telling the spirits, like, y'all can't talk to me in the daytime when I'm walking. I'm always in my head. I'm always available. This is the time y'all want to chat. Um, but yeah, that was today. And we were doing all of that up in our cipher, which is 0. So we're going to take that 3. We put it into the month of 4. Because, of course, we want to create a divine blueprint with it, right? We want it in our space. This is the last day of the month of 4. Why wouldn't we want it in our space? You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't we want that in our chest? Our ability to communicate, our ability to express our emotional self and all that fun stuff, right? What does that bring us to? 7. 7 is God. 7 is Netzach, which is Venusian energy in a tree of life. This is Heru. This is the celestial designer making things all pretty and shit. 7 also deals with the Libra scales, in astrology. This is when we come into balance and harmony and law, justice, and truth and things like that. You can, whenever I'm talking to y'all, I imagine the little pins with the little yarn and shit. You can take that over to my yacht and you could do that over there. And so, that's how my mind works. Just a little insight. Sometimes that's how my mind works. Hey Mojo, what's up with you? But yeah, so now we're in the space of law, justice, truth, and righteousness. 7 is also going inward for your spiritual, alignment and refinement and, knowledge, things of that nature, which is really fun. We love it here on the 7. So now we're going to take that 7 and we want to give birth to it. Because why would we want to give birth to us? Getting closer to our inner God, the outer God, the gods and other people, places, things, situations, and entities. We love it here, right? So now we want to give birth to that. And what does the 9 give back to us? 1 and 6. You want to get closer to that 7? 1 and 6. Have more knowledge, intellect, and take more action in your Tippereth, your confidence and courageous self, your inner Leo energy, your creative self. You know what I'm saying? Your, inner thespian. 6 also deals with Virgo energy, your self-management, scheduling, your habits, your routine, your more integral goal. So today you might have thought, you might have wanted to, channel that kind of energy. What's up with my daily schedule? You know what I'm saying? What's my schedule looking like? What we want May to look like. We like a month and 20 days away from summer, the summer solstice. What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? How do we want to walk into the summer solstice for real, for real? Um, and then it starts getting dark all over again. Oh my god. I can't stand it. I feel like May is not long enough for daylight. Like, you guys really be playing with us with these clocks and this daylight shit. I hate it here. Um, I cry on summer solstice. I know it's gonna get hot because now our sun is closer to Sirius star, so we finally get real star heat. Cause I don't know what the fuck this sun is that we got. um, but I just can't with these clocks in daytime. I feel like we deserve better. We deserve more sun. It shouldn't be night for so long. That's so weird to me. I don't know what's going on with that. I do like nighttime. I just don't like being cold. Anyway, that's my rant for the day. What's today? It's a 7? It's 1 and 6, right? Yeah. So, take action. What are you guys, did you guys create a schedule for yourself? Do you have an agenda? Do you have like a calendar? You guys use your Google Calendar? Did you guys meditate on how you want to spend your days? Like, ooh, I want to do this more, and I want to do that more, and I'm gonna start doing this, and at this time I'm gonna start doing that, and da da da. Even if it was just you sitting and daydreaming about like, this feels good. Like, this is what I want to start putting in my schedule for now on, or whatever have you. You know what I'm saying? Like, allow those thoughts to marinate. That was definitely in divine alignment with today. Overall, today's a day of 7, baby. Today's a day of God. On a beautiful Wednesday. We loved it here, right? Did you guys enjoy this Wednesday? At an 11:38, 11:11, gang gang. Um, yeah, today was a great day of God. Y'all know I love my Wednesdays. I love it when it's anointed with great numbers too. we closed the month on a great day. We got to experience that Gemini vibe in the front. 7 is a day of going inward. It's a day of meditation. If you want to study about yourself, spiritually, psychologically, energetically, or whatever. The new beginnings are so uncomfortable. Meditating and journaling the flows. Yeah, yeah. Transitions can be very tough, especially if you got into a groove with where you were at, even though that's probably not where you were supposed to be, but you still got comfortable there. Oh, man. There's nothing but transformations around me. I'm like, bro, I just want a little bit of stability. Can I get something? I was trying to hold on to the stability with me sitting here with y'all every day. Man, that wasn't even cutting. It was like, nah. You better figure something out. But I'm gonna try to come back. I am going to come back to my stability with you guys and showing up for you guys for the mathematics. It may not be like a whole hour and a half every night because sometimes I'd be feeling like too much for me energetically, but it's weird. It's like it's the thought of it, but once I'm in the flow of it, I'm good, if that makes sense. Anyway, another side note, my bad, y'all. You guys may have wanted to go inward and be a little introvert today, and that's okay. Hey, laid back. You guys might have wanted to, exercise that part of yourself. Meditation is key. Grounding yourself, like literally going outside and putting your feet in the dirt. Great time. You love it there. Picking up a new book, listening to some, what's her name? Donna Carolson. I like her. The older lady that be talking about spirituality. And y'all know I love Abraham Hicks. And y'all know I love Bobby Hemmett, Panic, little Jose Sanchez. If I like little 20-hour lectures and shit, that man's long. You think I'm long-winded? That man's long-winded as fuck. Shouts to One Star. That's my favorite Virgo tarot reader right now. We love it there. And anybody else in between? I even seen Queen Cups come back. I ain't seen Queen Cups in a minute. Shouts to her. I was watching her heavy in the beginning of the game for myself when I started getting into this YouTube John. But yeah, this is the day of going inward. So let's talk about astronomically, what's going on. We're in a waxing crescent moon, still building on those intangible things in our space with mindsets and behavior, schedules and routines and emotions and stuff. It's a Gemini moon today. We got that moon in the 6th house. So Even the moon was like, yeah, focus on your health, wellness, daily routine. Gemini energy is all about being flexible and focused at the same time towards the sixth house, which is your daily routine. The moon is literally forewarning you. I need you to be flexible with this daily routine, with your habits. But I also need you to be focused at the same time. The moon is setting, the moon said, I don't even gotta say nothing else no more. The moon set the tone right there. Hey Erica, how you doing, love? How do I feel about Capricorns? I don't think it matters how I feel about Capricorns. It depends on where Capricorn is at. I know when a Capricorn come around, they're gonna try to boss me around, and now I gotta bulk up because that's not what we finna do. That's about it. I don't really feel too much about any one sign. I just have a level of awareness. Nah, we just very observant and quiet. Mm, depends on where that Mercury is at. Sunrise was at 6 a.m. Sunset was at 7:53 p.m. Um, of course, we still have the Taurus Aries Sun. Where are we at on the Aries? We are at 16 degrees Aries to be exact. 1 and 6, bringing us into 7, y'all. And 7. Oh no no, I'm lying. Today was 1 and 5, but we ended up in 1 and 6. So we started 1 and 5, and then we flowed into 1 and 6. Still bringing us into 7. Don't even matter. That's in the fourth house space of home and family. So new beginnings, experiencing new beginnings in home and family very swiftly. And then our mindset is on prioritizing and finding that balance between the material and the emotional connections and our sense of belonging, home and family. Because some of you guys use all this material stuff and the shallow stuff to try to belong in spaces, and it's okay if you don't belong there. We ain't tripping. The moon in Jupiter was a minimal angle at 10:26 a.m. The moon was 4.9 degrees north northwest, conjunction at 12:37 p.m. The moon was 5 degrees north, and we were able to observe that at 8:16 p.m. with a 6.2 degree north northeast separation. The moon deals with the third eye, the internal side of the third eye. This is our emotional, nurturing stuff, and Jupiter deals with our sacral chakra, our space of wisdom, expansion, knowledge from the oracle, sage type wisdom. You know what I'm saying? So we're dealing with our internal wisdom, and then we're dealing with the wisdom of the sages around us. So that's a nice alignment. Also having a sense of nurturing to your sacral chakra, your sense of joy and generosity and things of that nature. So aligning your third eye to your sacral chakra, that's a lot. That's also a nice way to go into being in the sevens, right? So if you guys haven't already done so, um, you know, look into your alignments of your moon and your Jupiter, your Cancer and your Sagittarius placements. You know, I would look at how they support one another. How they align. Your fourth and your ninth house as well. You know what I'm saying? They're aspects to each other. You guys know I always be talking about the progressive chart. Now, the natal chart is fun and all, but that's where you were at when you were born. Where are you at now? You know what I'm saying? And you can align those with the present day placements. Those of you guys on TikTok, that phone is about to die. I'm gonna get up in a minute and get the charger. I just don't feel like it right now. My phone about to die, so we get it off my bag. Thank you, Layback. I appreciate the compliment. Where do you think we go when we die? Oh, that's a whole thing. Cause no energy is created or destroyed. So you go wherever you want to go. For real, for real. It's up to you and where your mindset is at. A lot of yeah, it's really about where your mindset is at. And the moon is over there in Gemini. We have the Gemini moon over there with Jupiter, but they're both in Taurus constellation. That's what happened. That's why the moon and Jupiter were a middle angle, because they're in Gemini zodiac, creating that flexibility, intellect, and knowledge and things. They're in Taurus constellation. With the words wouldn't come. Taurus constellation. So finding that balance with your heart chakra. So you could even align your Taurus placements um, and your Gemini placements here, which is your throat chakra and your heart chakra, you know, speaking into existence, you know, how you want to nurture your emotional connectivity to, you know, your philanthropic self, your generous self, you know, what gets you going sensually and creatively, you know what I'm saying? The south pole of the moon is tipped into you at 8:57 p.m. The moon attains our posterior minimal angle at 9:51 a.m. The moon was 5.4 degrees north, and you guys can go outside and observe that right now. 11:31 p.m. with a 9.9 degree northwest separation. Um, and then Ceres entered Pisces constellation around 2:30 p.m. Ceres is the asteroid that deals with agriculture and what we need to feel agricultured to nurture us in the space of growth. You know what I'm saying? And right now it's in Pisces, so it's very sensitive. It's a very sensitive space. And word all about your imagination. Where you're thinking about it, you think it, it'll happen. And then as far as some aspects, the sun is at 10 degrees Taurus, fourth house zodiac, which was in opposition with Lilith today at 10 degrees Scorpio in the 10th house of success. So, you know, for those of you guys that utilize that magic wand today, good for you. Some of y'all gotta do some primordial shit to get what you want, baby. And I ain't even mad. Do what you gotta do. Um, but yeah, both both spaces, you know, how they are. When we're dealing with oppositions and how I, you know, utilize it, and this is a projection of me. You use your oppositions however way you want to. I don't see oppositions as a bad thing. I see oppositions as a magic wand. And you could let the tip of the wand be whatever you want it to be, and you could let the handle of the wand be wherever you want to be. You know what I'm saying? I personally see the handle as Lilith. I'm holding on to that Lilith in my hand, and Scorpio in the 10th house. So that's what the hand was doing. And what was the tip of the wand? What was the average, you know, the results, the expelliarmus or whatever, was experiencing Taurus, beauty, what it was I wanted to attract in my vortex, my heart chakra, you know what I'm saying? And that home and family, sense of belonging, emotional connectivity with the fourth house. You know what I'm saying? So I used my Lilith, Scorpio transformation power, manipulation power, whatever. It brought me that beauty I was looking for. Now, if y'all want to use the sun as your handle or whatever, you can do that. And then allow the results to be that Lilith and Scorpio. Now you're in powerful positions and you're doing the things. Da da da. You know, that's cool too. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. And then some of you guys see oppositions and you lose your fucking minds. And you're like, oh my god, they're battling each other. Which one will win? It's a versus. I don't do that. I don't think that there's a right or wrong or a good or bad up there. You know, I'm trying to be in Chokma as much as possible without early ascension happening because I got kids and I want to see some shit with them first. But yeah, I don't really do all of that. Anyway, that's 30th. Now, y'all ready for the meat and potatoes? We about to get into the first. You know what? Before we get into the first, um, somebody has my number now. And I don't know why, even though they have my old number, I'm still getting the text messages. I'm getting all the text messages that are people are sending this person. And this person is just a busybody. They got a lot of friends and family and stuff like that. I'm saying that because somebody just texted me and was like, I'm scared. And I'm looking, I'm like, what the fuck is that? Why are you scared? It's 11:50 at night. We don't like this. Somebody check on their friend. I'm not gonna intervene because that's creepy. I ain't even supposed to be able to see y'all text messages. I'm gonna stay over here and mind my business. Hopefully they respond and everything is okay. Let me go get that charger. I'll be right back, y'all. Hey Sag, how you doing? Hi, how are you doing? And where are you from? Hi Clifford. I am Sunshine. I am from New Jersey. Because I think we just die and that's it. Probably get connected with our zodiacs. Oh, okay. I respect that. That's probably how it would be for you because that's what you think it is. I'm good. Thank you for asking, Sage. I'm chilling. Trying to get back into my routine of things. So I'm trying to do. We'll see how well I get it done. Alright. This chair be doing the most. No. So yeah, let's get into the first, which we're about to walk into in 9 minutes. So the first of the month. This is the cardinal energy. This is leadership. One deals with Ketters. This is knowledge. This is that spark of light that comes first, right? One, like I said, deals with Aries. That's the Aries house. That's taking initiative. That's leadership, assertiveness, motivation, ambition, triggers. What gets you going, right? That fire in your gut. Gut that controls the mind and everything starts with the thought, right? That's all in the ones. And we love it here. We're going to take that one of taking initiative, being in leadership, having the knowledge, and we're going to put it to the month of 5. We have officially entered the month of enforcement. We are the celestial enforcements. 5 deals with Hera Kahuti in the Neteroos. 5 deals with Jabora in the Tree of Life, the 5th Sephiroth. And it's all about enforcing your internal law. Where do we get our internal law from? Where do we get our internal law from? You guys have been here. I see some regulars in here. Okay. I gave you guys some assignments. Okay. And so y'all should be able to tell me, where do we get this internal law that we'll be enforcing during the month of 5? Speaking of cardinals, I saw one today. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of cardinal nests out here. There's a lot of different kind of birds out here. They be making all kinds of noises. It's kind of crazy. From the month of 4, thank you guys so much. See, y'all be paying attention and we love it here. From the month of 4, all month of 4, we were in the energy of Chesed. We were in the energy of creating that divine blueprint, that divine law, right? And so now we are enforcing all the things that we did in the month of 4 and we planned for in the month of 4. If you guys did the work today and yesterday and all the other days I did the mathematics and told you guys to do the work, this 5-1 should be so awesome for you guys and setting the tone with your solar plexus chakra. Because not only is the day of 1 about the solar plexus chakra, the month of 5 is about the solar plexus chakra. And when we add 1 and 5 together, what do we get? We get Tippereth. We get 6. We get the heart that's on fire. To get to the gods, you got to go through the sun, right? And that's Leo energy. That's our confidence and our courageousness. When you look at the Tree of Life, you'll notice that all of the Sephiroths are connected to Tippereth, right? When you look at the human body, doesn't the heart give oxygen to and from all the organs and things in the body? It's all in here. It's all this right here, okay? That's what the 6 is. The 6 in astrology is the Virgo house. That's health, wellness, daily routine, the moral and integral code, your routine, your schedule, your habits, your details of your day. Like this is where we do the small planning. The year of 9 is Jupiter. That's long-term planning. That's when we do big plans. But Mercury deals with daily planning. You know what I'm saying? You even get hourly if you guys have an overactive Virgo Gemini energy like I do. You can go down to the minutes. You can overanalyze it there. I'll do your thing. But yeah. So we put our solar plexus chakra. We're gonna take the initiative, get the knowledge, act on it, do all the things, and then we're applicating that on our daily routine. That's what we're doing today. You know what I'm saying? We want to give birth to that 6. Who doesn't want to give birth to the 6, right? We're going to put it into the year of 9, the year of Yesod, the Sagittarius, year of Jubilee, generosity, philanthropy, and, that's going to be heavy this year because a lot of people are experiencing that sun in the 4th house, that sense of belonging, home and family, nurturing energy, maternal energy, and we've seen a lot of the transformations is happening very abruptly since the month of 1 or whatever. up until now. And, you know, it's a lot of abrupt changes and experiences in people's spaces that's pulling people to come into that space of philanthropy and generosity. And everybody should have this sense of abundance, and everybody should have this sense of joy, and everybody should have these expanding experiences, right? Everybody should have a sense of expansion, you know, and that's what we're getting into. That's the flow we're flowing into. You'll feel your energy getting bigger. You may even feel yourself physically getting bigger. Your mindset, you know, getting bigger, you know, thinking more things, you know, focusing on more things. Everything around you is just getting bigger, it's growing, it's, you know, it's funnier. So we take that 6, we put it into the 9. What does the 9 give back to us? 1 and 5, bringing us right back to our solar plexus chakra, how we started off with. Didn't we just have a day like this? The 29th, right? When we had the day of 11, 2 and 9, 11 into the 4 was 1 and 5. Then we put the 6 into the 9 and gave us 1 and 5. So we basically having another Tuesday, but you know, just started off a little different. So you can go back to how you experienced your Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I started off with that with a 2 and 9 and came into my sense of mastery. Today I'm starting off with the 1 from the jump. You know what I'm saying? So you got a chance to, you know, get your feet wet before you jumped in the pool on Tuesday. Come Thursday, it's time to dive in the pool. You know what I'm saying? With your sense of enforcement. Overall, Thursday is the day of 6. It's the day of Tippereth, confidence and courageousness, your creative self, your thespian self. You know what I'm saying? Your dramatic self. Be mindful of the dramatics. Be mindful when you're around dramatic people. And this is also a day of health, wellness, daily routine, and working on your schedule. Actually, you know, enforcing it. We'll be enforcing our schedule, our daily routine, our heart. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Thursday is all about in the 5 and 1. Astrologically, astronomically speaking, start the day off with a 14% waxing crescent moon. Moon rising at 8:46 a.m. and setting at 12 a.m. We have a Gemini. We start the day off with a Gemini moon. Like right now, the moon is still in Gemini, but you know, as time goes on, eventually we'll be in the Cancer zodiac. But Cancer zodiac, Gemini constellation. But this is going towards the 6th house. See, divine alignment, right? 6th house, health, wellness, daily routine. So we're having again that mindset of being flexible and adaptable and witty and quick with the mind, problem solver, you know, learning, communication, community, and we're applicating that into how we manage ourselves into the 6th house. You know, that's the part of our life we're putting that into the 6th house. How we manage and schedule ourselves on a daily basis. Sunrise at 5:58 a.m., setting at 7:54 p.m. The sun is in Taurus zodiac, so mindset is still in that balance of the material and non-material world, where we prioritize what we value, what we find beauty in. Experiences is still in Aries. We're still in Aries constellation at 16 degrees. You know, still in that space of new beginnings. And, you know, ambition, motivation, you know, getting us started. Max north declination of the moon is at 2:23 a.m. So the moon will look real big and close, and we love it here. But it'll be like the northern way. The moon in Tejas posterior conjunction at 10:37 a.m. The moon will be 5.4 degrees north. Okay. Tomorrow I want to do the planetary forecast with you, the new moon to new moon forecast. So I won't give you too much today, but just know that the new moon is on the 26th at 11:03 p.m. Pallas goes into retrograde this month. Not this month. Pallas goes into retrograde on June 3rd. Excuse me. Mercury enters Draconic Taurus on May 8th. Jupiter enters Draconic Cancer on May 16th. Now, when we deal with the Draconic chart, we're dealing with our what? Our soul, sunshine, your soul. You like, oh God, I love it here. Y'all been paying attention. Yes, your soul. So this is the soul experience, right? The soul experience of Mercury will be in Taurus, and the values and priorities. The soul experience of Jupiter placements will be in Cancer and nurturing, you know, emotions. Check on your Pisces friends, Sagittarius friends, they might be going off the handles. Chiron, Draconic, Taurus. You know what I'm saying? Now we finally have Chiron going into some earthly energy. That's going to be interesting. Chiron is the asteroid that, you know, has the EMF of how we transmute our wounds into strengths. And so with it coming into Taurus, that is very cool because we've been in new beginnings for so long. Chiron actually sits in Aries for about like 8 years or so. So now that we're starting to get our feet wet a little bit in Taurus, um, you'll start to see like the material world, you know, what we find beauty in, the arts, you know what I'm saying, creativity, you know, wealth, business pursuits and stuff like that, start to experience Chiron, which is, you know, taking how we've been wounded in those areas and strengthen it. And I would love to see how people utilize that Chiron energy. Ceres enters Aries zodiac. Like I said, Ceres is that asteroid that deals with our agriculture and, you know, cultivating ourselves, and that's in the new beginning. It'll be entering a mindset of new beginning, which happens on the 17th. I've been trying to keep cool as much as possible. Believed. Chariklo goes in retrograde on the 27th in Aquarius. Chariklo is the asteroid that deals with your connection to nature. Um, Sappho enters Taurus on the 29th of May. Sappho is how we, it's like our poetic self for people that have the same sex as us. Psyche enters Taurus, so now our mindset is about to be on the balance between wealth and love, and you know what we find beauty in and stuff, and that happens on the 9th. You know what I'm saying? So that might be start getting good time for my creators. You know, definitely my vendors, because people are going to be looking. People want to go shopping. You know what I'm saying? Buying the art, the jewelry, the fashion. You know, the things, the food. You know, and we know one thing about Taurus season. It's all about them taste buds, baby. The full moon will be on the 12th of May. The sun transits early at 12:55 p.m. on the 13th, so the very next day. Uranus and the sun will be in alignment on the 17th. What else? I said something else was going on the 17th. Oh, when Ceres enters Aries. And then the moon and Pluto will be on the 18th, and then our last quarter moon is on the 20th. So this is a little bit of things, but I would like to do the planetary forecast with you guys tomorrow. Of course, do not bring my times with me because that would be too much. Like, right. And I don't have a kid with me right now. But just know that we're about to enter an hour of Jupiter. It's Thursday. There we go. That's fine. Thursday is brought to us by the sacral chakra. Let me pull out my cards. My bad, y'all. Hold on a second. I dropped you guys. Yeah, it's time for me to give another one of these. I keep dropping you guys. I'm about to drop myself. There we go. There we go. Are you guys ready? So, I guess I'll start with my water babies on a Thursday. Why not? Just to let you guys know, today is the day of the sacral chakra. This is where our being is established. Don't throw cards at me. That's rude. The card that was thrown at me. I'm just gonna stand up. I don't really like that chair. It's not doing anything for my legs. It's metamorphosis. Okay. And y'all got the number 7 for today. It's the alignment of your moon and Pluto energy, which is cool because that's Cancer and Scorpio energy. So you have transformations happening in your third eye energy. I know that water, as far as like Vedic chart goes, the events and happenings, you guys still have Mercury, Venus, um, Mercury, Venus, Saturn, and Neptune there, as well as the North Node and Chiron. The third house is also in Pisces. So this is all Pisces energy. Pisces is still very heavy. Pisces is still very all over the place. And more than likely, Pisces is still in that sense of, introvertedness and separating itself, or trying to fight the urge to separate themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like you might see some Pisces trying to make a comeback because it's nice outside, this, that, and the third. But that's not for them right now because, you know, all these planets in their space means there's like so much more sensitivities going on for them right now. Like they're very sensitive to all these planets, whatever experiences that people ruled by these planets may be bringing, and also very sensitive to their own, personal placements here. As far as Cancer goes, Mars is still sitting in the Cancer constellation. So as far as events go with that feminine energy, with Cancer energy, is very snappy. Very quick with it. You guys, my Cancer babies, you guys be mindful of being and impulsive and what's the word I'm looking for? It's like kind of like irresponsible because impatient. Yeah, be mindful of being impulsive and impatient. That's not going to do well for you. The vertex is also in Cancer right now, which is that line up between the sun and the moon. So getting a reading done by somebody that's ruled with the Cancer, or somebody that has like heavy Cancer placements could be really cool, because they are definitely in tune right now with that vertex energy. They could definitely you know, it depends on how they use their energy. If there's somebody that can like pull things in, that's how they do the readings, then I would definitely have them pull your energy in. Also like manifesting things. So like if you find like a Cancer that's good at like, doing whatever, rituals they be doing to attract stuff and manifest stuff and stuff, that's a good space for them too. And you have the 8th house, so transformations happening, empowering transformations to my Cancer placements as well. Like allow these transformations to empower you, not break you down, have you all over the place and going crazy. I know y'all love like a certain level of stability because y'all are cardinal, so y'all do like to be in control, and I respect that. It's cool, yeah, do your thing. But you're not so much, and feel in control when there's transformations happening. But these are to empower you. So, allow them to do what they're doing. Allow them to, you gotta get water, the flow. Get it together. Do what you do. As far as, what's the other one? Scorpio. Of course, we don't have any major celestial bodies. I'm sure we could find an asteroid somewhere, all the fucking asteroids out here. I really don't have the capacity to do asteroids with y'all all the time, but sometimes I'll get into it. But as far as the houses go, what y'all got? Y'all got the 12th house. Okay. Having those spiritual experiences. So Scorpios, you guys are bringing a lot of things to a close, to an end, and that's cool. We love it here. Also uncovering some hidden things. Some people been around you and they ain't been 100, and they're about to show you their true selves and how they think about you and what they've always been thinking about you. But that's going to help you bring some things to a close as well. So that's what I got for my water babies. Again, the theme of y'all reading for today is metamorphosis. Paul de Arco is the herb. You see my goddess over here with the wound healing and all those things happening. The metamorphosis happens. It's not a comfortable experience. It's not a pretty experience. It's something that people frown upon. Now you can't go to school. You can't do this. People don't like you. Ew, she's dirty. Blah 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 blah. Like it's seen as such a bad thing. This transformation, but it's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Because it's necessary, it's beautiful, you come out cleansed, better, etc., etc. But yeah, that's the whole process of the things, right? Your moon cycle. I love the fact that there's like a little moon here on top of the uterus as well. A little moon. But yeah, focusing on your moon, connection of the moon, and your Pluto. Hey Victoria, how you doing? Now, to expand on that, 4 chalices. We're not stable right now. We're not stable in our emotions right now because we're in the middle of transformation. So please don't expect transformation. And also, please give grace. This is what I was talking about when I was like, when I was talking about being impatient and impulsive. Don't do that. Don't do that. I know it can get a little frustrating, all the transformations, because it's not pretty. It's ugly. And other people see how beautiful it is even less than you are. Unless you're one of them people that just be listening to anything and everything other people be saying, and you like, oh, it gotta be ugly. I don't know. It's your world. But, um, you know how bad this process gets ridiculed or whatever, but it's for you. So like chill on these emotions that you're choosing to feel. How do we focus on this? On your root chakra. We got Bina here, your sense of understanding, a lot of limitations and restrictions, boundaries, self-discipline, and order. I even got another root chakra card happening here too. You know, rooting yourself. When you root yourself, you're going to come across some individuals. You know what I'm saying? Soulmates. Soulmate is not always somebody that you bump uglies with. So stop trying to sleep with all your soulmates. Some people you're supposed to meet and you're supposed to say, this is my soul tribe. These are cool people. These are people I'm supposed to be around. Even if it's just for a season. Not stop holding on to souls like this all the time. Let souls run through your fingers sometimes, because some people are just here for a moment. And then they go on. Kind of like your first grade teacher. Was you in first grade for 12 years, or did you go to second, third, fourth, and so on and so forth? You know what I'm saying? It's the same shit. This is school. This is school too. So what makes those different, experiences, entities, those jobs, that house you lived in, those neighbors you had, the neighborhood you was in, what makes those any different than a first grade teacher, second grade teacher, 12th grade teacher? You know what I'm saying? A little perspective, to have. Also, being careful. Like I said, be mindful of being impatient and impulsive, my water babies. So that's for you guys. All right, so now I'm going to go into, my brain said air. So let's do air. A's energy, peace to the God. So as far as air goes, well, we're kicking off the month of 5 with the Gemini moon. Gemini, y'all already know what y'all supposed to be doing, especially because at the end of this month, we're going to be in Gemini. We're ending the month of enforcement on Gemini zodiac energy. Our, our events will be in Taurus, though. So while we're in that fixed Earth constellation where our events will be very slow and steady, your mind can be all over the place. So use this first half of the month of 5 to really train your mind, really enforce the things, the celestial blueprint you created in the month of 4. You know what I'm saying? Because Gemini, I won't call Gemini a test, because I don't want to downplay Gemini energy. It's so essential. It's bigger than a test. You know what I'm saying? But in the same breath, once again, stop throwing cards at me. But in the same breath, Gemini energy is teaching you how to be stable. You know what I'm saying? How to have a sense of focus when there's all these opportunities, all these different things coming at you, nonstop. It's, I said I wanted this, I said I wanted vanilla, but now I'm looking at the menu and y'all got strawberry, y'all got Rocky Road, y'all got all these different flavors. I want all these flavors, but can you eat all those flavors though? No. Now your stomach is messed up. Now you ain't got no money in your pocket to go eat some actual food. All this shit just happened because you thought you was just about to eat all these different ice creams. You know what I'm saying? Like, what did we even come in the store for to begin with? We didn't even come in here for that. You know what I'm saying? Stay focused. So that's essentially, and that's just a layman's example. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Mighty Chihuahua, what's up with you? Hey, Victoria. But yeah, that's all. You guys have Jupiter over there, and Jupiter can be, because Jupiter is fire. Jupiter can be generous and, philanthropic and stuff like that. But Jupiter is also expansion, and Jupiter can expand you guys a little too much. So again, like I said, be focused. We have the 7th house in Gemini. Again, bringing on that energy of balance and harmony, walking your truth. And that's the best way to balance yourself, is walking the air truth, right? As far as Aquarius energy goes, we got Pluto over there doing the thing on the zodiac. Yeah, pretty much just Pluto over there in Aquarius right now, as far as the zodiac in the zodiac space. But on the Vedic chart, we don't have any placements, but we do have. We don't even have any houses over there. Don't even have no houses. We do have a big chunk of the third house being Aquarius, but Aquarius is not ruling the third house. Capricorn is. So, third house is Gemini house, that's community and communication, and that space of society, what societal energy is doing, be unique and individual, your attachment and detachment skills. So like Aquarian energy, you guys are still just dealing with your transformations for real, but it's just in your mind, because we just entered Capricorn zodiac not too long, Capricorn constellation not too long ago, so with Pluto. So you got some time here with it all being, it's all in your head. It is energy. It's all in your head. But, mindset makes things pop. So how y'all share y'all knowledge and y'all intellect and y'all thoughts, they will be empowering. They will be transformation. They are a thing. Yeah. You guys be doing your own thing. And this Pluto energy is definitely going to push y'all. Y'all gonna see some Aquarians come out of pocket. It's gonna be some Aquarian, and it's a lot is gonna be seen in the negative light. Like a lot of Aquarians seen in the negative light for their behavior, because Pluto doesn't really get too much of a good rep. Every now, I don't even think they want to even call Pluto a planet no more. They're always messing with Pluto. What else we got? We talked about Gemini. We talked about Aquarius. Now we're talking about Libra, right? And so Libra, you guys don't have any planets. The Fortune is over there right now. We're kicking off the month with Fortune. Oh yeah, Lilith. Lilith is in the Libra constellation. Oh yes. And Lilith is that primordial goddess, y'all. So not only will you see Aquarians acting up, you might see some Libras acting up too. With that Lilith sitting over there in the event, bring them to their primordial self to create that justice and that balance. Fortune is also there too. Right now Libra has the 10th and 11th house. So listen, y'all better get with a Libra. Y'all better get in tune with y'all Libra placements. Start walking in y'all truth. Because I'm telling you, I was telling y'all that heavy when we were in the year of 8. If you're not in alignment with my yacht, let me tell you, the universe is going to push you until you get in alignment. The universe is not playing with nobody that's not in alignment with, law, justice, truth, and righteousness, and being in your authenticity. You can be as unique and individualistic and detached as you want to be, but if it is not authentic, you will get pushed and your business will get told. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Being in that Libra energy, having that sense of balance and harmony, it's definitely going to bring you success and definitely put you in a good space with society. Aquarius energy also rules over electronic communication. So law, justice, truth, and righteousness is going to be heavy in electronic communication right now as well. We got that, the governor election coming up too. So that's going to be a big one with the Libra energy, with Lilith and the Fortune and the 10th and 11th house being kicked off in this month of enforcement. So be on the lookout for that in your state. How the different governors and the things like the different state positions, and I think a lot of them were elected for in the presidential, but it's a lot being in your city and your district and stuff being elected for in this election. I can't speak for all y'all. I can only speak for my state. I can't wait for the what do you call it? The debates later on this week, next week. It's around the full moon, the 12th, the 13th. That's when they're having the Democratic debate, and then the Republican debate. I think is near like the first quarter moon or something like that. You think we just be looking at the moon phase and all that? They be doing that shit too. It's all like, bro, then we do nothing new. They be like, y'all don't like that stuff. That stuff, the devil is horrible. And then they turn around and do it all the time, like nonstop. It's crazy. But yeah, that's when we have our governors, chatting, and I look forward to it, because if you go on their website, I think there's only like 1 or 2 candidates that actually really break down what they plan to do on their website. Everybody else is like, hey, we like equality. don't you like fair housing and equal pay and da da da? Like, bro, everybody says that. I want to see your actual plan. I want to see a PowerPoint presentation. Same way, like, if I wanted to borrow money from somebody, I had to do a whole business plan and show my spreadsheets and shit. That's how I want candidates to come. I feel like that should be a requirement. If I have to do that to get a bank loan, why you can't do that to be the governor of the state or to be the president or to be the mayor or to be the councilor? Like, I don't understand. So you get to be vague and mysterious, but I have to tell you all my business. Make sense. Anyway, here's for my air babies. Foresight. This is the card that you guys threw at me. Coca is your, herb of choice. We are focusing on your Uranus, which is the progressive pushes that you need in your space. And Venus, which is, progressive pushes you need in your space in your heart chakra. And that's fun. We love it here. Okay. Your numbers is 3, 6, which come together and make what? 9. So foresight. And a lot of you guys are foresighting 3 of Swords, little third party situations. Somebody over there hurting you, somebody over there, doing nut shit, whatever. Follow your intuition. Whoever that is, whatever it is they're doing, that ain't shit. Okay, you already knew that though, so just act on it. Then you have the Emperor here, walking your power. See, this is giving. It's giving like the Pluto and Aquarius. It's giving the Lilith and Libra. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of, I don't want to use the word dark because I don't like the mindset that gets invoked when you guys hear the word dark. That's not what I'm trying to say. But I want to say like that gothic, like you're empowered, but yeah, kind of dark, but not in a negative way, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's very empowered here, with your foresight, with knowing people ain't shit, with walking in a new tone, walking with a new tone, walking like, you got Pluto in your space, walking like you got Lilith in your space, shit like that. Yeah, I feel that. What parts of self are we going to focus on? Good question. You're going to focus on your Ace of Swords, which is your Ketterers, your intuition. You already know. That aligns you with the foresight. You guys already know. And your instinct. Oh, okay. I like this. I like this reading for you guys because then the last card I got was Escape from Deceit. You guys got a lot of foresight. Yeah, I see it. Okay. I see this for y'all. Okay, air babies. Or wherever air is in your chart. It's your world. But yeah, you guys already know what's going on. You already know who's not shit. You know what I'm saying? Move like you got that Pluto in your placement. Move like you got that Lilith in your placement. Like you got the eyes. That person got a third party over there. Whether it's in a romantic relationship, a weird friendship, or that job, they playing in your face, making sure you do all the overtime, this, that, and the third, knowing damn well they're not going to give you what you asking for. Yeah, you already got that foresight. You already know they're not a shit. So walk in your power. You know what I'm saying? Move accordingly. Trust your instincts. Escape from the deceit, because you know better. I love that for you, Aries. All right. So what do I got next? I did water. I did air. We could do fire. Let's do fire. I'll put y'all on the charger first. Alright, so you already know we got the sun in Aries, so we just having, experiences in the new beginnings. Hey goddess, thank you. So we having experiences in the in the new beginnings. We do have a few placements in Aries energy on the tropical chart. So our mindset is heavy on the new beginnings. Especially with Neptune, new beginnings in our dreams. A lot of different people having dreams of fire, water, aggression, assertion, what motivates them, what triggers them, all that fun stuff like that. Who else? Mercury, I believe, is already in Aries zodiac. Venus, no, it's Neptune. Chiron is definitely in the Aries zodiac, making its way to Taurus. So Chiron transmute our wounds into, strength. So we got new beginnings on our wounds, right? New beginnings and that sort of energy on our dreams, on our heart chakra, on how we communicate. Some of y'all be very snappy, you know what I'm saying? And then, as far as coming back to the Vedic chart, we have the 4th and the 5th house here in Aries. So your sense of belonging, home and family is experiencing those new beginnings, houses on fire is a big one. Them fires is big because the fire, you know, this is a fire year. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of them fires happening is in alignment with the stars. Uh, you know, the fifth house also being Aries, new beginnings, to your sense of confidence, your courageousness, you know, your inner child, your inner creative self, that paternal, you know, connection as well, you know, the patriarchy. New beginnings happening there too, can't you see it? Um, so you guys will feel that as well, I'm sure. But yeah, my Aries babies, you guys definitely like focusing on your sense of belonging and your confidence and courageousness. If you're not already in that space that you feel like you belong in, speak up, speak out on it. Like, you have a right to. This is your experience. You know what I'm saying? I know they y'all so extreme. That's your problem. Y'all extreme. So instead of y'all, you know, talking to somebody like it got some damn sense, y'all want to fight and argue and I'm gonna beat your ass. You don't gotta do all that. You can be assertive without being aggressive. Practice that this month of 5. Practice being assertive without being aggressive. Because y'all be doing too much. And that's why y'all suppress yourselves. But that's not the answer. Hey, Dre, what's up with you? Then we have, let's do Leo. As far as Leo goes, you don't have any houses that's ruled by Leo. But the 8th house is there. House of transformations. Heavy transformations, empowering transformations happening for you guys. Even though that house is being ruled by Cancer, it still, you know, overpowers that Leo energy. So that's, you know, what you guys are focused on. You guys don't have any major celestial bodies happening over there yet. But, you know, peace to you guys during your transformation. So my Leo babies, please allow them to empower you. Don't let those different things that are changing around you and those different things coming up to like bring you down or even put malice in your heart, because that's not what it's there for either. Because you know, so one thing about Scorpio is they hold a motherfucking grudge. You do something crazy to them, they walking around with their claws first and they stinger ready the whole time. And anything that look and breathe or whatever like that, and that's something that, you know, Scorpios and their, you know, people with a Scorpio sun, in their experience, they have to learn. Like, you can't, when you walk around like that, you create a reality that keeps that going. You know what I'm saying? That's how, you know how powerful you are. You swear up and down you mirroring somebody's energy and you're not. You know what I'm saying? But enough about y'all. We about the Leos right now. And in fact, Leo, my Leo babies, my fire babies, please do not be thinking that y'all can mirror people's shit, because y'all don't mirror nothing. You guys are dramatic thespians. You guys are all about the drama. And so you whatever thing you think you're mirroring, I promise you're being more dramatic than the actual situation. So relax, okay? My Sagittarians, you guys don't have any major celestial bodies in your space, but you do have the ascendant line. So you guys are the vibe. The Sagittarian energy is providing the vibrations for the party. This is how we're exerting ourselves in the space of expansion and joy and generosity and wisdom. We're, you know, presenting ourselves in that space of sensual, you know, creative, sexual selves, you know. Tapping into the, you know, the oracle and the stage work is heavy here. Sagittarius is actually ruling over the first house, and we love it here. This is the energetic experience we're being enjoyed now. Be careful, because some of you guys have some addictions, some of you guys have some obsessions, some of you guys do go overboard, and you know who you are, and so don't get beside yourself. That is the lesson for all the fire signs. Like, and I talked about that before. You guys got to know when to be a candle, when to be a fireplace, and when to be a forest fire. And some of you guys just really love being a forest fire all day long, all the time. When all you got to do is be a little candle. You ain't even got to be a candle, baby. You could just be a bick. Flick the bick and then turn the bick off. You ain't even got to do all that. Hi, I saw you in a music video as a cameo. I was like, that's Sunshine. Yeah, I be in music videos. I love it there. Thank you. So yeah, to my fire babies, y'all just chill, relax, you know, enjoy the transformations to wherever Leo is at in your chart. Know that it's empowering. Please don't try to mirror that energy. That's not for you to mirror. It's for you to experience. You know, Sagittarius is providing the vibe, and we love it here. Wisdom. That's the overall theme. Elder is the herb. The numbers is 2 and 8. Finding balance and harmony on those transformations. See, you want to focus on your Jupiter and your Pluto. Transformations happening. We love it here. To expand on that, we have the Nine of Swords. See, this not how we want to move, but we're coming into a space of completion. So for a lot of you guys are bringing things to a close here with the transformations, with the things changing in your space, and that's cool. Um, the Magician card, you like it here. So you guys definitely are in control. And we know that. Everybody knows that a fire energy is in control. That's why certain energies, they feel a fire energy and they get irritated. They get upset. They get jealous. They feel triggered. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what y'all do. Y'all fire. Y'all trigger people. You know, y'all motivate people. Whether you're the Aries, the Sagittarius trigger of the mind, the Aries trigger of the gut, or the Leo trigger of the heart. You guys trigger. You guys get things going. And some people get, they don't like being triggered. So they act out in irritation. Some people act out in small energy, you know what I'm saying? Some people act out because they got fire too, and they don't know how to deal with their fire. So they see you being all cool, calm, collected, and balanced, and you got the nerve to be fired too. That's wild, you know what I'm saying? So, but you in charge, and we're coming to a close. What parts of self to focus on? I'm glad you asked. We're focused on our Yesod, your ability to give birth and bring things into fruition on Earth. Ooh. So you're focusing on your ninth and 10th Sephiroth, Saturn, the world card. So trusting the universe, trusting the process, and also having faith, And then we have men's quarrels, and that's what I was talking about. Y'all gotta know when to be what kind of flame. Not everything needs that same kind of flame. You know what I'm saying? So be mindful of this, because some people you gotta give people grace. That's all. That's what energy awareness is all about. When they talk about turning the other cheek, it's not turning the other cheek so you can get on my nerves on the other side, is so that you can I have awareness of your energy and where you're at. You know what I'm saying? I'm so well versed in energy like yours. I don't even need to sit here and entertain this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not triggered. You don't trigger me. You don't bother me. To where I even feel the need to even read you to you. You know what I'm saying? You'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And then there's, there will be times where you feel like you gotta defend yourself and you gotta be whole force fire and fuck shit up. There are times for that. I ain't gonna hold you. But for the most part, y'all be doing too much. I just need y'all to have faith. And that's another thing too. If you find yourself doing too much and going off the handles as a fire energy and you're burning everything up around you, it's because you're lacking in the faith. You're not trusting. You're lacking in your ability to be the magician. You're lacking in that world card, trusting in the universe. You're trying to control things by burning shit up. Just take a breath. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I have for my fire, baby. So last but certainly not least, let's get into the earth. Just so crazy. I did not mean to be up here this long. I have to go to bed. I have to go to bed right now. So I'm going to do this last one, and I'm going to head out immediately. So we got the Taurus sun on the zodiac. So mindset is on that balance of the physical and the non-physical realm, right? What we prioritize, what we value, that space between material and emotional, wealth and love, different facets of love, not just romantic love. Also what we find beauty, what we find beauty outside of us and what we find beautiful within us, right? That's all in our experiences, our sense of expression, that's all, where we're at in that Taurus energy is in our masculine activities right now, which are activities outside of self, you know what I'm saying? It's in that fourth house, so it's all going towards home and family right now, sense of belonging, our emotional connectivity to it. Uranus is also providing progressive pushes over there in the Taurus constellation. I believe Uranus is slowly making its way to Gemini energy, but we're not quite there yet, especially when we start our summer retrogrades with the outer planets. So I know that we'll be super settled in Uranus and Gemini once we get to 2026, but let's take a breath. We are in Taurus constellation at this moment, and we're providing progressive pushes there, and we love it here. We're at a 2 degree with that one, and that's in the 5th house of, you know, that inner child energy, that Leo energy. Um, so my Taurians are getting those progressive pushes, you know, a lot of progressive pushes to being more creative, you know, having more confidence and courageousness, speaking up for yourself and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Um, you know, so to step into your creative self. You know, a lot of you guys dealing with your patrilineal, patrilineage. I don't know what you call it. The father side, the daddy side. So you know, experience that. That's fun for you guys. Um, and then we also have Taurus in the ruling over the sixth house, and we know the sixth house deals with routine, self-management. So self-management to my Taurians out there, come into some sense of routine, educate yourself on something, learn something, teach something. You know, communication is definitely a big one there too. As far as the Virgo energy goes, oh yeah, I forgot. I forget Jupiter. Jupiter is in Taurus constellation. Hello. The generosity and expansion is there. My bad, y'all. So not only are you guys getting, you know, progressive pushes, but you guys are getting the expansion and the wisdom and things. So yeah, the key is definitely like self-management, self-organization, and scheduling. Yeah, definitely. But so many great things are happening for you guys in the midst of doing that. So it'll be kind of fun. It'll be kind of like, but I want to do everything, and that's Jupiter. Don't let Jupiter fool you, because no two things can stay in the same place at the same time, and y'all know that. But in the same breath, it's fun because you have so many awesome, fun options, right? Yeah. So keep that in mind. What was I? Virgo energy. So as far as Virgo energy goes, it's ruling over the ninth house. So that's the Sagittarius house. Expansion, abundance, wisdom. My Virgos out there, it's time for you guys to exercise the things that you know. You know what I'm saying? Expand yourself. Go outside, color outside of the lines a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You guys have been inside of the lines of things for entirely too long with the perfectionist stuff and the celestial technicians and the ordering and stuff like that. It's okay to expand yourself. It's okay to find joy. You know, step into your creative self and do something. Do something, you know, do something brand new. You know what I'm saying? I love that. You know, you guys, you know, ruling over the ninth house of joy, you know. So if y'all want to feel joy or, you know, help these Virgos feel joy, something, I don't fucking know. But they're definitely tapped into their sacral chakra right now. And if they're not, they're fighting it, and they need to figure out how to tap into that sacral chakra because, you know, they're missing out on giving birth to some really dope shit. And then last but certainly not least, I have Capricorn. We have Pluto in the Capricorn constellation. So as far as events go, my Capricorns, I know you guys are experiencing some level of transformation. It's empowering transformation, and it's in the first house. So it's like all over your appearance. Everybody knows you're going through transformations. You guys are not holding it in at all. You guys do not have a poker face if you're trying to hold a poker face. And that's okay. But it is in your appearance, in your space that you guys are undergoing. Some of you guys are having a hard time trying to hold in the transformation anyway, and that's okay. Let it out. Let it out. Also, some of y'all that be like sneaky and secretive and stuff like that, y'all be careful too, because Pluto will tell all your business. Getting into occultism is a big thing. Some of you guys getting, you know, more spiritually aligned is cool. Also, my Capricorns, you guys are ruling over the second house. Ooh, we got the abundance coming for you guys. That's pretty cool. You guys ruling over the second house because that is like the house of wealth, you know, business and priorities and what we value. That's the Taurus house. So a lot of, you know, I won't say a lot. It's what you work for. Taurus, Capricorn, you already know it's what y'all work for. But you know, the lanes are open for your coins. I ain't gonna hold you. The lanes are definitely open for your coins, your abundance, your physical things. Thank you, Goddess. I appreciate you. You know, and you guys finding a sense of balance. Now, for those of you guys who don't have a sense of balance between your material and non-material self, and y'all just out here like, oh, I'm gonna get all the coins and fuck feelings and connectivity and emotions and stuff like that, them coins is gonna be ripped right out of your hand because you playing and you're not balanced. You want to balance of both. It's not no fuck love. I'm just gonna get this money because now you're experiencing a whole bunch of shit, and now you over here like nobody looks out for me, nobody cares, and people are beating me down because that's what you're speaking into existence. Because you just focused on chasing the bag or chasing these material things, this, that, and the third. That's how that goes. You know what I'm saying? Keep speaking that into your community. Guess what? That's what the community is gonna give you. So that's for you Capricorns out there. But that, I think I like that. You guys are really over the second house. It's really fun. Hard work pays off. And that's for anybody that has Capricorn in your chart. Hard work is definitely going to pay off. The pinnacles will come if you tap into that Capricorn energy and give yourself discipline and order that you need. And you persevere over challenges. We're not folding over challenges this season. We're persevering. You know what I'm saying? And when I say persevering, I'm not saying we're worker ants and we're here to keep the economy going and shit like that. Let that shit fall. We're not here to keep that up. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully you guys start giving birth to your actual communities as you move in your authenticity and stop with the fake phony shit that you've been trained to do. You know what I'm saying? I hope you, if you know, you know. If you don't know, keep scrolling. It's okay. But for you guys, for Earth babies, we got Peaceful Warrior. Milk Thistle is the herb for you guys. And we're focusing on our Mars, your motivation, assertion, and your moon, your nurturing self. It's a nice combo. Nurturing your Ogun energy, your warrior energy. King of Swords, I love that. Standing on your shit. And a Nine of Swords, but this is a reverse Nine of Swords. So, you know, we are coming to the ending of this, but you are still standing behind it. You know, there is, I guess there's seems to be some of you guys, you know, standing on your sword as a king, and some of you guys standing behind a sword as a victim. You know what I'm saying? And this is actually a blend of that peaceful warrior with that moon and that Mars energy, because you know, this could very well be the Mars. You know what I'm saying? I be on my shit. I'm the motivator. I'm the initiative. I'm the cardinal energy. I have it. I'm here. And this could be the Cancer energy that needs to be nurtured. You know what I'm saying? This could be who this person is nurturing within yourself. You know what I'm saying? Utilize that Chiron, you know, and Aries energy that's doing those things. As you focus on your Mars placements and, you know, align that. Right now, Mars is sitting in Cancer. We just talked about that, right? So, you know, we are in the space of nurturing our solar plexus chakra. So you guys want to focus on your solar plexus chakra, and you guys want to focus on your third eye as well. But let me pull the cards to validate that. This is Jupiter in Capricorn, expansion and abundance in that Capricorn energy. I said that was Virgo that ruled the ninth house, right? This is Two of Coins, so finding balance and harmony in that material world. Chokmah is the second Sephiroth to focus on. This is your expansion, your joy, you know, getting out of, like, thinking outside of the box. Getting out of, you know, I gotta do this like this and that like that because this is how I was taught. No, that's that worker bee mentality. I said persevere, not keep the economy going. Not turn into a worker bee or a worker ant. I said persevere. You know what I'm saying? In order to do that, you got to be comfortable with letting certain things transform. And what comes with your information? Death. Certain things got to go away, so certain things come up. You guys also got the soulmate card here too. So focusing on your root chakra, and you know, you earth babies, you guys are going to come into some people that align with your soul and where you're at. And I also pulled the carefulness card. So you guys be careful, you know, in your pursuits of things, especially with dealing with that Mars solar plexus chakra, because there will be a lot of energy, especially it was that Capricorn that was at the second house, and Virgo had the ninth house of expansion, and then Taurus has what, the sixth house of daily routine. So like those are really nice placements there, as far as like I'm working hard, I'm getting the things done, I'm meeting my goals, I'm getting my wealth, I'm expanding myself, and I'm in joy. And there's gonna be people that smell that, and they're gonna want some, and they're gonna play little games to try to get it. So be careful with that, you know what I'm saying, especially my Virgos that like to serve. But I like this. I especially like these first three, like being the peaceful warrior, you know what I'm saying, and then you got the swords right there. But yeah, heavy on the wisdom. And it also feels like, you know, my earth babies need to hang out with an air or two, because because I definitely pulled a really good spread for the air babies, right? But that's what I got for you today, my beautiful cosmic nobodies. Happy day of 1 on this month of 5. I really appreciate y'all tapping in. I shall see you guys later. Today is the day of Yom Shmishi too, for those of you guys who are interested in the Hebrew calendar. So, peace to the Charlotte. I'm gonna go to bed now because I have to get up in like 5 hours, I think. But peace to y'all over here on TikTok. And if you guys just tuned in, you guys could check out the whole video on YouTube. It's up there. Peace.